Game Week 25 has just become one of the most important weeks of the season. We're preparing for Double Gameweek 26, which is confirmed for Arsenal and Wolves, and if you're not tripled up on the Gunners by the deadline, then you just might be falling behind. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel for another FPL video, and this time it's the Game Week 25 preview. My name's James, and with me as usual is Patrick.
Hi everyone. Yeah, all eyes are on the double in 26, but Game Week 25 comes first, and we should be looking to maximise points for both. Arsenal are the big talking point, a great home fixture this week, and a double straight after, so the decisions you make now are more than just for 1 week. It's short-term points versus long-term planning, and we're going to break down who to prioritise, who you can ignore, and how aggressive you really need to be ahead of the double.
Okay, let's kick things off with the teams to target, and it's no surprise to see Arsenal top of the pile. They host Sunderland before their double in 26, so if you're not tripled up, then it's probably time to make your moves. Next is Chelsea. They don't double in 26 now, but still have great fixtures and solid form. It's disappointing that they didn't get the extra fixture in a way, but some of their players will still do really well, and they'll have a bit more rest as well now, which can only add to their potential.
Third on our list is Crystal Palace. It's been a rough ride under Glasner lately, but the upcoming fixture run is incredible, and it won't take a lot to turn things around and build back some momentum. Liverpool is the last of the top four. They have a tough match against City next, but great fixtures after that, so it might be better to hold off for one more week before bringing any of their players in.
Okay, moving on to the players to target, and we'll start off in goal. David Raya is the standout. With a home game against Sunderland and a double on the horizon, he's the best keeper in the game right now.
After Raya, I think Sanchez is the next best, but you went with Henderson first on a graphic. Why do you think he's a better option?
I think they're both similar in terms of clean sheet potential for their clubs, but Henderson should make more saves. I also think there's an outside chance that Sanchez is benched for Jorgensen at some point over this fixture run, based on the Chelsea manager's recent comments.
Okay, moving into defence, Gabriel is basically essential. He's the highest scoring defender in the game for a reason. He's a threat from set pieces and part of the incredible Arsenal backline. After him, we like Daniel Munoz. He's essentially a winger in a defender's slot. If Palace can improve defensively, then his potential is enormous, but you have to be cautious because he might blank in game week 31.
Yeah, and Chalobah makes the final spot on the defender shortlist here. He's racked up DEFCON points recently and seems nailed for Chelsea. He should carry on doing well over this fixture run. Into midfield, and Declan Rice is the priority transfer. He's the safest way to get a piece of the Arsenal team if you're not going all out on their defence. He hasn't set the world alight recently, but has great potential in the double with multiple routes to points.
Then we have Enzo Fernandez. He's taking shots, getting in good positions, and he's ticking over really nicely. He's also second in line for penalties and should get 90 minutes in all those good fixtures coming up. The third midfield option this week is Ismail Assar. We don't know the full Mateta injury situation, but even with the signing of Strand Larsen, we expect Sarr to keep penalty duties for now. He was explosive early in the season, and with the fixtures coming up, he could be really a nice option at his price. He's under 5% owned at the moment, so more of a differential option, but definitely worth considering.
Up front, it's a bit more difficult. We called the minutes correctly for João Pedro with his benching last week, but he did come on and score 10 points, which makes the limited game time almost meaningless. He's a streaky and explosive player, so even with the minutes risk, he's currently at the top of the forward charts this week. Next is Ekitike. He's been on fire lately and absolutely clinical in front of goal. The way City have defended this season means that he could get time and space in behind the defence, but after that the fixtures look great, so he's a good option even if he doesn't produce this week.
The last spot belongs to Strand Larsen. He's moved to Crystal Palace now and will be hoping to make a fast start at his new club. There's still enough quality in that Palace team to create enough chances for the new signing, and will be interesting to see how he gels with his new teammates.
Captaincy this week is a really interesting one, and mostly because for me it's one of the first times this season where I feel completely comfortable going with a differential pick. The most captain players this week will mostly be a three-way split between Bruno at home to Spurs, Gabriel at home to Sunderland, and even Haaland away to Liverpool. Given that you can only captain one player though, and there will be a difference of opinion between managers on who's the best, it creates a real opportunity to go with your gut and not be quite so afraid of effective ownership. I've got all three of the popular picks in my team, but this week I'm going with my gut and picking Bowen as the best captain. He's on penalties, he's nailed for minutes, and West Ham's attacking threat has increased lately. They'll have plenty of confidence playing the team in the worst form in the league. I would say though that I will be giving him the armband this week because he's already in my team, but I wouldn't be buying him if I didn't have him. The good fixtures pretty much end after this one.
Okay, before we move to our team reveals, it's time for a quick look back at Game Week 24. James, you did really well again last week. Why don't you go first?
Yeah, thanks Patrick. I had a really good score. I finished on 72 points, which was 8 above my safety, and I moved inside the top 75,000. Only 3 of my players finished on less than 6 points, and one of them was Van Heck, who conceded after the game should have finished, so I was a bit unlucky if anything. My early Saka to Bruno transfer paid off, even though I didn't captain him, and most of my differentials came through as well, with 23 points between Vandenberg, Elliot Anderson and Bowen, which was massive for me. How did your team get on?
I had a frustrating game week. I finished on 52 points and got a small red arrow. Gabriel did well for me in defence, but my Arsenal clean sheet hurt my rank anyway. 2 of my 3 Man United midfielders did well. Bruno scoring 10 points and Cunha scoring 9 points in that game, but not much else went right for me really. Not even the captaincy on Haaland. But I've got 2 free transfers in the bank, so hopefully we can start climbing again this week.
Okay, so on to our Game Week 25 team reveals now, and I'll start. I'm bringing in Raya for Pickford to lock in my Arsenal triple up this week. I do think Timber's more exciting than Raya, but there is a slight chance of reduced minutes, and the goalkeeper move just works better for my squad structure and chip strategy plan. So starting at the back, and with 4 strong home fixtures this week, I've got Raya and Gabriel against Sunderland, Van Heck against Palace, and Joachim Andersen against Everton. In midfield, I've got Bruno, Wilson and Rice with solid home fixtures, and then Elliot Anderson and Enzo, who both play teams near the bottom of the league. I'm starting and captaining Jared Bowen this week, and Haaland is my second striker at the moment. I am tempted to bench him for Jimenez, but I think I'll play safe because of the effective ownership. How's your team set up?
I'm sticking with double City at the back, even a tricky Liverpool fixture, so I've got Donnarumma and Guehi. I'm also playing Juve against Burnley and Gabriel home to Sunderland, who both have potential this week. In midfield, I'm only playing 2 of my Man United players. I'm going with Bruno and Mbeumo and leaving Cunha on the bench. Then I got Rice against Sunderland and Harry Wilson against Everton, and the whole midfield is playing at home this week. Up front, I'm playing all 3 of my forwards again. DCL against Forest, Thiago away to Newcastle, and I'm keeping the armband on Haaland. I'm not convinced by Liverpool's defence, and I think Haaland will be desperate to get back on the score sheet.
And that's all for this week. If you enjoyed the episode or found it useful, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out.
Yeah, and you can find us on X, a weekend fix, for last minute tips and advice ahead of the Friday deadline.
Thanks for watching, good luck this game week, and we'll see you next time.